Well, welcome to the Road Detour. We've got a very special guest today, a guy, Kevin Nicholson. Kevin, how long have you been around the church?
I've been a member here or around the church going on 10 years.
10 years?
Yes, sir.
10 years. Where'd you come from before that?
I was living in Kansas when I got saved.
Okay.
And moved down here and got married to Alicia.
Uh-huh.
And shortly thereafter, we found our way here.
Very good.
Yes, sir.
Very good. And we have Kevin today with us because of a very special ministry that he does. Tell me the name of your ministry.
It's Carpenters Hands Ministries.
And tell me like the mission statement, the goal of Carpenters Hands.
Well, at Carpenters Hands, we have a heart for helping folks stay in the family home as long as they can by doing just basic repairs around the house, handyman stuff, grab bars, wheelchair ramps, I've got folks that make a list, and they'll call me every couple months, change a battery, or in my smoke detector, it's making me crazy, or air filters, or just...
So are you targeting a certain demographic with this ministry?
No, not necessarily.
Okay.
I just try to be really open to whatever God puts in front of me.
So, and I'm familiar with a lot of what you have done. Like to build a wheelchair ramp is no small task. What's the average wheelchair ramp cost?
Do a lot of them out of a mobile home. And mobile homes are high off the ground. And the ADA specification is a foot of length for every inch of rise.
Okay.
And so quite often we're looking at, 50, 60 feet of ramp, and you're looking at $2,500 sometimes, maybe a little more.
So one ramp.
Yes, sir.
Materials, not work, materials.
Yes, sir.
$2,500.
Yes, sir.
How many do you think you've done?
Of that, well...
Just total ramps.
Total? Oh, shoot, probably 25 or 30.
Isn't that amazing?
Yeah.
So let me ask you a question, because
Yes,
this is where I want to get into the God side. So did you have money in the bank when you started to do 30, let's say 30 ramps at $2,500 a piece is going to be $60,000, $75,000? Did you have money in the bank to pay
I
for?
never looked at it that way.
But were you sitting there
I'm
going,
in awe, but no, I didn't know.
So here's the first thing we see is God's faithful.
Yes,
And you start doing it, and God will always. He will always. So that's just one thing you guys do. I know you have put door frames and doors in for folks. And man, I got a million questions. Let me ask you, what made you want to do this? What stirred in your heart that God said, Kevin, start something called Carpenter's Hands?
Well, to be honest with you, it's something I've wanted to do for a long time. For as long as I can remember, that was kind of my retirement plan. But the thing is, I didn't come to Christ till late in life. I was 49 years old. And so, and your perspective changes.
Right.
Before, it was what I wanted to do. And then after that perspective, when the time came, I'll be honest with you, I didn't really want to do it. I was busy. I was still working. I had this, I had that. But Alicia and Candace, they kind of waggled their finger at me and said, this is what you've always wanted to do. And they were right. And so it became, not what I wanted to do, but what I felt God was requiring me to do.
Okay, what year did you start this?
I'm sorry. It started very slow, but the jump off point was probably in 2007, maybe.
2007.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So, where do funds come from? How can people help out with this? There's multiple levels of that. So one thing that I know is donations.
Yes, sir.
Help you a lot.
Yes. And yes. But, unfortunately, a lot of times that's, a challenge. If I come to your house and you say, Kevin, I need some grab bars. And I say, great, we'll make that happen for you. And they say, Kevin, it's prescriptions or food, that's what I got.
Right.
Or they may say,
which is happening more and more.
Yeah, the ratios are shifting.
Yeah, the distance between the haves and the have-nots getting bigger and bigger.
Yeah. So, I mean, before it was, several years ago, it was roughly a third, meaning a third were true ministry, a third were folks that would want to, slip me a 20 or something to help materials going forward. And then the other third would be people who say, I really like what you're doing. I want to pay you like I'd pay anybody else.
Right.
And so over the last couple years, definitely that ratio that's true ministry is growing, and the ratio that I want to, do you like I do anybody else is shrinking. So, but it goes exactly right back to what you said. God gives you what you need when you need it.
Right.
I mean, the ministry's probably got, I don't know, $1,000 in the bank. But he gives me just enough for the next one.
We're a supporter. I want our people to know we support Kevin's ministry yearly. And,
Yes,
and the Resource Center, you work with the Resource Center or through the Resource Center. I know that you've helped them out.
Yes, Carol and I have gotten together on a number of projects, and she's been a real big supporter of what we're trying to do.
Right.
I have relationships with the Mercy Home Health Group, and so they're in people's homes all the time, and quite frankly, that's where the bulk of my work comes from.
Okay.
Someone needs
Personal
a grab bar.
recommendation.
Yeah. Someone needs a rail on their step outside. She can't get to the mailbox because it's out of the street. She'll fall. So you can put one up at the house, and it changes people's
Life.
ability to stay at home.
Yeah. Somebody breaks a hip. It's for many cases, it's tragic.
Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
So, Kevin, our plan is to have you in the lobby, in the foyer for our Wednesday night service and our Sunday services this week. Is that right?
Yes, sir. That's right.
And so people can come, they can pick up information, they can share concerns, even offer support for you at that time.
Yes, sir. I'm
All right.
looking forward to seeing folks.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Tell me what you would like to see happen from our people. Are you looking for people to help you do the work? What are you looking for from people?
Well, first and foremost, I want to make sure people know that I'm here to serve. And if you need something, if I can help you, I'm the master of the small stuff.
Okay.
That am available and willing and, to serve.
What a great heart.
That's first. Truth of the matter is, a lot of it is, when you do grab bars, it's a one-guy job. And, when the ramps come along, then, we got a really great group of people here at this church. There's folks that come help me. There's folks that loan me their kids. So it's really great. So to answer your question, on the big things, from time to time, help is very helpful. But not to be that way. But quite frankly, funding is the biggest problem.
It's the biggest thing. Do you have a website, Facebook page, anything?
I have a Facebook page. Yes,
and
sir.
it's called
Carpenters Hands Ministries.
Carpenters Hands Ministry.
Right. And there's a couple of them that'll come up if you do a search. I think there's one that's very similarly named, but it'll come up first in the search, and I think it's in North Carolina. Okay. But what you're looking for is there's a logo.
Okay.
So
if there was one need right now, you say, God move somebody to help you in some way, your biggest need right now would be financial support?
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right. We're looking at you. We're telling you this is a great way to make a difference in somebody's life. And Kevin has dedicated a number of years of his life doing this, and is going to continue to do it. So, a couple things. If you are out there and you need some kind of assistance, right? Don't call Kevin to come rake your leaves in your yard if you're healthy, right? If you can rake your own leaves, don't call Kevin to come rake your leaves. But if you're a senior adult, if you're a widow or widower, if you're a single mom and you have an issue, this is your guy, right? This is an opportunity for you to not put your family at risk, to be able to do your groceries and stuff and use Kevin. And on the other side of the spectrum, if God has blessed you, it's your opportunity to support this man and enable him, come alongside of him to be able to continue to do what God's called him to do.
Thank you.
Oh, you're welcome, brother.
Yeah, thank you.
You're welcome. If there was one thing you wanted people to know about this ministry, what would it be? We'll wrap it up with this.
I don't know. On my flyer, it says, caring for our neighbors and sharing His love. Caring for our neighbors, sharing His love. And that's really pretty much sums it up.
Hands and feet of Jesus.
Yes, sir.
Right? Hands and feet of Jesus. Thank you, man.
I appreciate you.
Appreciate you. I do. If you don't know Kevin, he's a local guy to get a hug from. Every Sunday, man, he'll come up to you and say, man, can I give you a hug? And I appreciate that, brother. Love you, man.
Love you too. I appreciate you.
Thank you guys for tuning in to The Road Detour.
Okay.
Simple enough, brother.